What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys, and in today's video what I actually want to talk about is the recent report that actually suggests that the Golden State Warriors really hope to re-sign Kent Bazemore, and this is all being reported by Michael Scotto. Now, I think this was pretty evident with the season he had with the Golden State Warriors. When he actually started towards the end of the season, you could tell that the Golden State Warriors seemed to be a way better team. Of course, Kelly Oubre was actually moved to the bench, and they pretty much started Andrew Wiggins full-time in that small forward position, and of course Kent Bazemore kind of came into that shooting guard position, and of course he started 18 games for the season and averaged about 20 minutes per game. And in that time, he actually scored 7.2 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, and 1.6 assists on 1 steal per game. Now, of course, those numbers are really good, but what is the best thing is that he actually shot 40% from 3 on 75 out of 184 shots. Of course, that's not an extreme amount of shots, but it kind of seemed like at the start of the season he was more hesitant to shoot. I feel like next year when he comes to this team, I could see him shooting about shooting about maybe 250 threes or so, and actually making at least 100 of them. So he'll probably continue on that 40% from 3 again. Another thing to note is he actually averaged a steal per game and was relatively good defensively for the Warriors towards the end of the season. I think next year he'll have a ginormous role as well, as this Golden State Warriors team, I think, finally next year becomes more of that three-point shooting team that we've known them to be. Of course, they get Klay Thompson back, who I hope does not get injured. I mean, no, as a Cavs fan, no matter how many hard times the Warriors have given us, I never want to, wish injury on anyone. I think that Klay Thompson, he deserves to come back, and those who were wishing injury on him is just not a good thing. He deserves to come back. I hope he has a comeback season where he can, still be very consistent from 3-point. I don't think he will score the usual, 25 plus per game, points per game rather, that he used to score. He'll probably score about 20 points or something, because it is his return season. He's had so many injuries. Who really knows? But I think this team becomes more of the shooting team that it's always, been under Steve Kerr. I think the reason why is I do believe that James Wiseman might be getting traded. There have been a lot of reports that the Warriors really want to trade him, and that they're going to be looking for a big man that can, potentially shoot threes or play small ball. There's been a rumor they really want Karl Anthony Towns, who's a big man that can't really play small ball, but he's definitely not the slowest guy out there, and he can shoot threes. Like, I mean, he's one of the best big man three-point shooting big man to ever play, and that's, putting it as the most I can, because honestly, there are people that still don't understand how good of a shooter this guy is. I mean, last season, he was 40% from 3. The season before that, he was 40%. The season before that, he was 42%. This guy's consistent 40% from 3s every season, and he's got, no playmakers around him, ever in his career. He's barely had any playmakers. But if you put this guy with Steph Curry, I can't even imagine what this dude's going to be from 3. He could probably be popping off 45% from 3 in the pick and roll with Steph Curry. It could be absolutely crazy. I mean, he averaged 25 points per game, and 10.6 rebounds and 4.5 assists on 39% from 3 this season. He's had a lot of injuries and so many issues this season, so that was kind of his down year. I think that, let's just say it, so the rumor is they're going to be trading James Wiseman, Eric Pascal, and a bunch of firsts to get Karl Anthony Towns. I honestly believe this will happen, because I believe the Minnesota Timberwolves will be trading D'Angelo Russell away, which means Cat will want to leave. That's, to put it simply, I think Cat will want to leave if they do make this happen. Now, if they do make this happen and the Golden State Warriors are to get him, could you imagine this three-point shooting team? There are reports that are saying that Kelly Oubre will be coming back on around $15 to $20 million, which I reported on in a previous video. And how this would kind of look is you'd have Steph Curry, a point guard, who this season was shooting 42% from 3. At shooting guard, you'd have Klay Thompson, who's also 42% from 3. At small forward, you would have Andrew Wiggins, who would have none of that spacing issues like he did this year, and he still averaged 38% from 3. He could maybe push it up to even more. Who knows? I think, Draymond Green will probably be at power forward. Of course, he's only about 28% from 3. He's probably not good shooter, but it doesn't really matter because he does so many other good things well. And then you could maybe have Cat at center. on the extreme amount of like 42% per game as well. And then off the bench, you'd have, of course, Kent Bazemore, who I've just talked about in this video, who comes in. I think next year his role will be even better, because this year he's had to have a little bit more of the ball than he'd probably like. I think next year he turns into just a predominant catch and shooter who might get more minutes. I think his minutes might be increased next year. He could maybe get like 22 minutes per game. He'll probably average about 8 points per game, keep that 40% from 3 going, and potentially shoots more shots. Plus you have Damian Lee, who's also 39.7% from 3. Jordan Poole, who is getting a little bit better on 3-point shooting. He was 35% this year, and last year he was only 28%. So I'm interested to see how he's, of course, going to improve this year. And then, again, whoever else they decide to go into the season, I think they'll look for even more 3-point shooters in the off-season, which would be absolutely crazy to see. I think Nico Mannion might get more minutes next year. He was 37% from 3, and is still a decent playmaker. It will be pretty crazy. This team will be kind of stacked with 3-point shooting. Plus Kelly Oubre off the bench, and who knows how he's going to be next year. I hope he improves that 3-point percentage back up to the 35% that he actually did have it up with Phoenix. And that's if he, of course, comes back. Again, there is still a chance Kelly Oubre does leave in free agency. If I was Kent Bazemore, I'd be staying with the Golden State Warriors. I know teams out there might offer him, maybe a couple million a season to join them. But I think if you were him, you just take the veterans minimum to re-sign with the Warriors. I think what they have here is really, really special. And if next season you're able to get Cat, you're pretty much bringing in 2 All-Stars in Karl Anthony Towns and Klay Thompson. And people forget how good Klay can be, and people don't understand how good Karl Anthony Towns can be. And then you saw Draymond Green, who's great, Andrew Wiggins, who's great, Kelly Oubre will be there. Jeez, it would be an absolutely insane team to potentially see. But of course, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Of course, don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions. Who do you guys think Kent Bazemore will go to? Do you guys think he'll re-sign with the Golden State Warriors? Do you guys think the Golden State Warriors are any chance of getting Karl Anthony Towns to the season? Or do you guys think he'll potentially go to a different team? Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channels if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out my podcast as well. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.